This is going to be the least well-researched episode I've ever done, but it might be the fun one. It's Tinfoil Tuesday.
So if you like exposing truth and dropping truth bombs, then welcome to Tinfoil Tuesday.
I want the truth!
Today's a little bit different. Instead of deep diving any one issue, I'm going to hand 5 to you, and all of these are what I'm currently working on. It's a not super well prepared episode because I haven't deep dived any of these. This is what is bubbling in my brain right now. So I got 5 for you, and then at the end, stay with me. I have a phenomenal resource to hand to you. It'll take you some time to get through it, but by the end, I think your brain's going to be bubbling just as much as mine is. So buckle up. Should be unprepared fun. Today's unprepared fun is brought to you by Blackout Coffee. Hey, do yourself a favor. If you like getting hopped up on caffeine as much as I do, plus just starting your day with something warm and American made, it's blackoutcoffee.com/Johnny B. Hey, use my code and save. Do yourself a favor. Give it a try. Blackoutcoffee.com. You people, thanks for every thumbs up. Appreciate y'all. This is just a series of 5 things that I've been working on, things that I'm wanting to deep dive. I've been kind of shallow diving them over the last several days. I'm going to give you 5. First one up is the idea of a phantom time hypothesis. Did a power-hungry pope fabricate centuries of history? A sober look at wild conspiracy theory that argues the Middle Ages never happened. I've shallow dived this one. Dad and I were talking about it over the weekend. It's the idea that it's been out there for a while, about 30 years, that it's a pretty big one. 1,000 years of human history never happened. The Dark Ages, the Middle Ages, never actually happened. I haven't read it yet. I believe the definitive work is The Lost Millennium, History's Timetables Under Siege by Florin Daiku. I don't know how to say that, but it's the idea that 1,000 years were added onto the calendar, and the reasons why are fairly dark, and it's about control and power, and it's not good. And an argument can actually be made that 1,000 years was added to our calendar. All right, this next one is big. It's called nudge theory. And I'm going to read this from Wikipedia. A lot of y'all get upset when I read Wikipedia. I always start with the big narrative. I want to know what the man says about any topic before I start branching off of there. This is straight from nudge theory on Wikipedia. It's a concept in behavioral economics, decision-making, behavioral policy, social psychology, consumer behavior, and related behavioral sciences that proposes adaptive designs of the decision environment, choice architecture, as ways to influence the behavior and decision-making of groups or individuals, nudging contrasts with other ways to achieve compliance, such as education, legislation, or enforcement. All right, that's a bunch of fancy words. It's the idea of this is there is technology out there that exists, as well as policies that exist to try to move and steer the mass, the group, or the crowd. Most notably in our lifetimes, it's all of those blue boxes. That's one area of this, but all the blue boxes back during the that were on the bottom of every video saying you got to get this. And it was made legal by Obama. Here's an executive order from September of 2015. Executive order using behavioral science insights to better serve the American people. An executive order by Barack Obama. And they use this technology to move, to push, to nudge people, the masses, and the crowds. And this is a big, big one. And I was listening to a Joe Rogan today where a scientist was on there talking about it. And he's a doctor, but he's also a social scientist. And he was saying that it's big, and also it's all still going on. It could be eliminated right now with an executive order by the T-Man, but he's not going to do that. And that the American government uses the algorithm to push, nudge people. It's 100% legal, but it's also kind of hard to find because they keep renaming the departments and the organizations that do this. The bottom line is your algorithm is designed to influence you big time and to push you in a certain direction. People today are using AI nonstop, and AI has firewalls built in to push one narrative and nudge. The average person on social media, and this is a good article. I didn't write down where it came from, but it was good. It was well done. A lot of documentation on this. The people worldwide spend an average of 2 hours, 21 minutes per day on social media. Americans spend 2 hours and 9 minutes. So we're about a little over 2 hours on average. I certainly exceed that, but part of that is discipline. I have to discipline myself to get on X and just scroll and read and absorb. I have to take time to get on X because I want to know what's going on in the wild west of social media, because X is pretty much unfiltered. However, the idea is that we are being nudged in a direction, and often we don't even know it, and the federal government is doing it on an executive order from, no, I almost said Joe Biden, pretty much, from Barack Obama. Here's a book by Robert Malone, MD, MS, and Jill Malone, that's his wife, called The Psy War. It's a good resource. I haven't read it yet, but it is the resource. He was on Rogan this week, a resource to check out and further your knowledge on that. Up next is the idea that Ghislaine Maxwell is not actually in prison. This one went wild over the weekend. I've medium dived this one, but that lady that was on the Zoom call or whatever it was, they're saying that's not her. When she had her hearing or testimony last week, that it wasn't her. And people are doing all these, and I get it. Like, I totally get it. She's been in prison for a long time. She's eating hot garbage food and maybe doesn't have her constant intake of the nastiness that they put into their bodies, allegedly. But that said, not getting your adrenochrome doesn't make your nose grow like that. And I get it. Different cameras have different lenses, but they are going into the eye hoods on her. They're just saying it ain't her. This is my shock face. If it's not her, shocked, totally, completely shocked. I don't know. They're saying it's a body double. Same exact vein. I touched on this last week just a little bit, but it looks like the E-Man might actually be alive. Now, this one gets a little sticky really, really fast. This picture right here showed up saying, hey, is Jeffrey Epstein alive? Viral photo has conspiracy theorists on a spree. Is it real or is it fake? From what I've been able to figure out, these pictures came out. There's several of them, and some of them are pretty clear. Some of them are not. Also, pause. They are using AI to enhance pictures. Even the Ghislaine Maxwell one, including the ones that are from Epstein, they are running them through AI to clear them up, and it makes them actually worse as far as when you're trying to do investigations. So this picture showed up, but then Fortnite got involved. The Fortnite community got involved. They chased it down. What we do know for certain, a couple things. One, you're going to see this, hey, watch out. These are the pictures of Jeffrey Epstein are actually AI. Yeah, it looks like possibly they had the original images were up. They ran them through an AI filter, made them worse, added in some obvious AI stuff, and then re-released them. And a lot of news agencies are saying, hey, these are all AI and they're fake. The original ones look like they might actually be real. Secondly, is that the Fortnite thing may actually be true. People that I chase and that I follow and that I watch what they say, there's a lot of folks saying that this is probable, if not possible, or if not absolutely accurate. So the idea is this: while he was in prison, he did not sign into his Fortnite account, and then he has now in Tel Aviv. Shock face. Maybe alive and well. I got one more for you. This one is the one that I am the most excited about and that I also know the least about. It's the idea of a place, a country, an empire called Tartaria. A lot of y'all in the comment section have told me to chase it and told me to go after it, and I'm nebulous on it, but I'm really excited about that. If any of y'all have a definitive source on it that I can chase, but it's the idea that there is a lost civilization, not just a country, but an entire civilization that is completely lost and completely not on the planet, but that has, and some say they're still going, they're still up and running. I don't know. But it's the idea that they have tremendous impact on our culture and where we are today, but they are completely lost. Now, watch out. There's articles out there saying, hey, it's dangerous. This is from the Global Network on extremism in technology. It's an article by Harrison Pates that says, that's entitled The Dangers of Pseudo-Historical Conspiracy Theories. I don't know. Doesn't sound dangerous to me at all. I do know this, and here's a book right here by Graham Hancock called Fingerprints of the Gods and Evidence of Earth's Lost Civilization. Graham Hancock has spent nearly 50 years, and his only thesis is that there used to be really, really good technology on this planet. We can insert any example at this point, and that's all he says is, hey, there's lost technology that we didn't go from caveman to where we're at today on this nice little incline. It's more of there was things that were lost. I think, if not all of them, most of the things that Graham Hancock, I'm halfway finished with that book now. It's a monster. It's like 1,200 pages. I'm halfway finished with it. But if not all of it, everything that he has spent his life researching is all pre-flood, or if you want to get technical, the pre-Younger Dryas theory. But obviously things were wiped out in the flood. And that's fact. Like, even if you don't believe the Bible, there is the Younger Dryas impact theory that the planet was destroyed with mud and water. So it's all been destroyed except for the rocks, and the rocks are really, really wild. We've talked on here before about the Egyptian cups, and as well as the Egyptian pyramid, the big stones like Baalbek in Turkey. And then you can get down into Cusco and look at some of the stuff from the Incan Empire that are attributed to the Incan Empire, even though the Incans themselves say they didn't build Cusco, they found Cusco. That's it, is that there may have been a pre-flood technology. Tartaria fits right into all of this. I'm excited about it. All right, here's a resource for you. This is a long one. It's 3 hours long, but last week, a guy named Roger Avery was on Joe Rogan, and the first hour's okay. They talk a lot about movies. If you'll push through the movie stuff, obviously they talk about movies. Roger Avery is a director and a writer and a producer, but if you'll push through, Avery just does this water hose of information that gets wild. And there's a whole hour in there that was so much fun, that got my brain a bubbling, putting me towards a 1,000-year phantom millennia that we just added to it, and then all the way to Tartaria. So that's where I'm at today. A little bit of tinfoil for you. I hope you enjoy it. Let me know down below what your favorite one is. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Welcome to Tinfoil Tuesday. We hope you sing along.
You want answers? Diabetes.